Welcome to Silicon Valley Successes. I'm your host, Sean Flynn. I've been in Silicon Valley a number of years now working with startups, incubators, accelerators, investors from all around the world. And today we have two amazing guests with us. They come from Korea, Junhwah and Chris. They help companies from Korea land in Silicon Valley and companies from Silicon Valley or the US go to Korea. They help them with the struggles, give them advice, make introductions, all the things that they need to help them succeed. So without further ado, let me introduce our two guests. Junhwah, Chris, could you please give a brief introduction of who you are? Junhwah, would you like to start?
Yes, so this is Junhwah. So I'm a creative problem solver and so I project designer to help the company and the governmental agency and the startups in South Korea. So I founded my company Cosmic Station 2007.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Chris?
Oh, hi. I'm Chris. Personally, I'm builder. Like I do code.
Okay.
And for Cosmic Station, I'm the one who taking care of all the technical entries, like starting from like internationalization engineering to like investigating new technologies for like Cosmic Station. So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
So the name of your guys' company is Cosmic Station.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Now, could you tell me about some of the advantages or tools that you give startups or companies that work with Cosmic Station? And actually, first, how'd you come up with the name Cosmic Station?
Right. So actually, when I named the Cosmic Station, inspired by International Space Station.
Oh, wow.
And so so when people can make their goal to do their dream, and so how many people will collaborate with something?
Okay.
So I'm gonna make the Cosmic Station consists of multinational agencies and project designers and the companies to help entrepreneurs.
So you really had from day one this world view of your company.
Yeah.
And then how'd you meet Chris? Or Chris, were you the one that went to Junhwah about this project?
Oh, well, I mean, basically, I met him when I was in Korea.
Okay.
And in Korea, when I was in Korea, I was illustrator. And
Really?
I needed a job, so that's the chance that I needed to meet Junhwah in Korea.
Junhwah, what were you doing in Korea at that time?
Yes. So actually, Seoul City asked me to make brand awareness, the city brand awareness around the world.
Okay.
And so when they asked me how to do, so I proposed how about making the content, movie content.
Okay.
And so after I pitched the idea, so Seoul City provide the fund. I made 17 episodes
Oh, wow.
on aired on YouTube and Oiko in China.
Wow.
And so when I tried to make the video content, I got the Nobel rights from Alain de Botton,
Okay.
Switzerland Nobelist.
Oh.
And then I invited 5 directors
Okay.
to make 17 episodes.
Wow.
As I built a multinational team, make the video content and on aired on YouTube and Oyuko. Indeed, I collaborated with Drama Fever.
Okay.
When the Drama Fever founded in 2010, and I remember that Chris in San Francisco, I invited him to make a premiere with the owner of the platform
Okay.
with WordPress.
Huh.
Yeah, so basically, once I moved to the San Francisco from Korea, there was another chance. That was that. And I helped him to build up the site based upon the WordPress.
Wow.
And when we did the project, I adapted WordPress and we developed the voting system.
Okay.
And so combined Twitter, and we, it's a very interesting point. This video, YouTube view reached over 108 million views.
Oh, wow. 108 million views.
Yeah.
So this is amazing. So
Yeah.
it sounds like for the last 10 years, you have been involved with multinational operations
Yeah.
between other countries and Korea.
Yeah.
So you have seen firsthand all the problems and possibilities that these companies have faced. And so with that, you have this amazing background for what you're doing currently. Is this correct?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, just to say, yes, that's correct.
Okay. So tell me about some of the problems a company might face when going to Korea.
Yeah. It's definitely everyone know is how to overcome the language barrier. The
Okay.
most of the Korean people has difficulty to make the communication with American-based entrepreneur,
Okay.
so who speak English.
Okay.
You know, so
Does the American team have to have someone that speaks Korean to do business in Korea? Or can they hire someone there? Or is a translator sufficient? What's your recommendations?
honestly, even though the American startup companies hire the people can speak Korean, just speak Korean, means they just think of one side, you know, a side. Actually, when somebody wanted to do the business at the new land,
Okay.
what do they need? The language, and so how to get familiar to culture, and so how to make a business network, and so how to deal with some law problem. So every business field has a different culture and different system.
Huh. In an earlier episode of Silicon Valley Successes, we did meet with two experts in cultural diversity and inclusion, and they talked a lot about culture.
Yeah.
But you'd mentioned right there about business, marketing, introductions.
Yeah.
Can you talk about the importance of knowing the key players in a new country, in a new city to get business done?
Yeah.
How important that is?
So can I say just how about think outside box? So they are a good point, and so even though somebody knows the good person, how they work with them,
Okay.
and so actually everyone know great people, but they are busy.
Oh,
You know, they are busy. Indeed, many people contact them.
okay.
And so how do we found the hidden gem?
Okay.
Is related to the language barrier, communication barrier. Even though they are great people, so they are very shy and they cannot speak English.
Okay.
And so, you know, how to build the system, how to build a network to connect with them, how to bring them into the darkness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and so I'm gonna tell another point. And so, you know, it's we are developing the program. It's a name checkup.
Okay.
And it's a name cultural collision checkup.
Okay.
You know, it's a very interesting point. If you guys launch the company in Korea or launch the product in Korea, it's vice versa. It's a Korea company wanted to launch product in American market. What is the first thing? It's inform their name.
Wait, so
Yeah.
let's go back. So if a company from Korea
Yeah.
wants to set up an operation in the US
Yeah.
or from the US
Yeah.
to go to Korea,
Yeah.
step number one is
Is,
get a name that fits
Yeah.
that translation or that country.
Yeah,
Could you give
even-
me examples?
Yes, even though they didn't translate the name into English or into Korea, they just launched the product. Yes, I have around 3 episodes.
Okay, so you have three examples of
Yeah,
it.
3 examples. Yes, so.
All right,
you
tell
know?
me one or two or all
Other two?
three
Okay,
if you want.
got it. Yes, I supported Korean-based company. They incorporated in LA or in Boston,
Okay.
have the as HQ in Korea,
Okay.
but they launched the name, and so they are 3D printing company.
Okay. 3D printing company.
When they launched the product and they did the crowdfunding campaign,
Huh.
The name is BS. you know, even they launched it's a crowdfunding campaign on Kickstarter platform. They didn't know what BS means.
I can't say. I can't
Yeah.
say.
Oh wow. Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
how about one more example?
One more example. And so I had worked with the company. The company developed a smart flower pot.
Smart flower pot.
Yeah.
Okay.
The smart flower pot means it's just with a smartphone application controlling air circulation
Huh.
and so lighting and so water tank. It's
Okay.
a great, and so their target audience was 20 and 30 aged women,
Okay.
and so had the children.
Huh.
Yeah, they brought the name Willie Gardner.
Willie Gardner.
Willie Gardner.
You
know what?
It could have a couple meanings.
Yeah. Indeed, the Willie is a kind of name.
Yeah.
It's that we searched this name when this name was popular.
Oh.
It's around the Willie has the name is with old man.
Okay.
Means that
Oh,
this
good.
target audience. I see.
I think we're good.
Yeah,
We're good on
yeah.
that one. Okay, so step one,
Yeah.
make sure your name translates or change it for
Yeah.
that new country.
Yeah.
What are some of the next steps for a company coming from Korea here, from here to Korea? Or even better,
Yeah.
tell me why a company from Korea would want to come to the
Yeah.
U.S., an early stage company,
Early stage company.
or a company
Yeah.
from U.S. want to go to Korea very early. Why?
First of all, so I'm gonna tell why Korean-based startup company want to break into American market. And so
Okay.
make us, if they make us the meaningful, successful case,
Okay.
they will get great benefit from Korea government.
So a company from Korea
Yeah,
enters the U.S. market,
yeah,
maybe raises 50,000 on Kickstarter.
yeah.
Can they get benefits from the Korean government then?
50,000? Yeah, right. So if they get the $50,000 in crowdfunding campaign,
Yeah.
they may eligible to get, they may get the chance to join the R&D project with Korea government around $300,000. $300,000.
300,000.
Yeah.
So you could take 50,000 you raised here from investors,
Yeah.
go back to Korea,
Yeah.
and possibly work with the Korean government
Yeah.
to get another 300,000
Yeah.
to research and develop that product to grow.
Yeah, right. And so in other hand, so there are very unique the startup supporting program in South Korea.
Oh, tell me about some of these startup
Yeah.
support programs.
And so they named it TIPS.
Tips.
Yeah, TIPS is kind of a tip of the iceberg.
Oh.
If you imagine. Yeah. TIPS means when some investor or angel investor invested the certain money, and so it's the Korea government give the fund. It's a kind of a matching fund.
Okay.
Yeah.
So $100,000 from an angel here,
Yeah.
then the Chinese, or not Chinese, sorry, the
It's different
Korean
case, yeah.
government will match and give $100,000 to the startups.
It's I'm not sure. It's the number is a little bit different, but they have the TIPS program. Is that every year the Korea government just match the angel investor
Wow.
to take care of the startup companies to make a successful the global startups.
Okay.
You know.
So it sounds like
Yeah.
the Korean government's very supportive of startups.
Yeah. Right.
Tell me, these startups, do they have to be the founders Korean, or can they be a U.S. team that partners with a Korean team, or a U.S. team that opens up an office in Korea? What are the requirements for these companies to then, I guess, work with you guys, who would then work
Yeah.
with them to go to the Korean government?
It's there are 2 points, two ways. And so the one is make a collaboration project with a Korea-based company
Okay.
to make is some R&D project,
Huh.
and then if they make a successful case, with this successful case, and so it's moved shift to America.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of a requirement.
Yeah, I mean, I don't adding on the Paul's opinions. Like I had one interesting example. I mean, it's kind of a story that my friend actually faced. So my friend, she used to plan her own startup, which is in trip sector, and she wanted to build up own team, and she wanted to have got some fund from basically from Korea, because she is from Korea, but
Okay.
she was here. So basically, she established her company here and go back to Korea to get a fund. And one day she went to the one of the government programs representatives, and she had a meeting with them, and she explained all her plans and benefits of the startups.
Yeah.
But and she wanted to get a fund from them, but the reply from their side, which is government side, Korean government side, was simple. If you have got any fund from USA, because you registered your company in USA, because you are come from the USA. So if you have got any fund from USA at first, like 500 startups or Y contributor,
Okay, Y
then,
Combinator.
yeah, then they say they willing to give her extra fund to her.
Wow.
So it is it was a very interesting moment.
Yes,
That's interesting. So to find out more information about Junhwah, Chris, and a lot of the other people that have been on our show, please visit SiliconValleySuccesses.com. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. But once again, visit SiliconValleySuccesses.com. Now back to Chris and Junhwah. So the Korean government will actually use Y Combinator, 500 startups, and a lot of these incubators and accelerator programs in Silicon Valley, and just use that as a way to kind of vet or screen the startups to give them funds?
Yeah. For her case, that was the truth.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's one of the element to so how to support, how to collect startup companies.
Okay.
So you should know, say indeed there are very specific and things this year, and new presidents, they renamed the Ministry of Cabinet.
Okay.
From the small, middle enterprise, they added SMB, SMES, and
Okay.
startups.
Small.
Middle enterprise and startups.
Okay.
And it means that they are willing to, they are likely to show how Korea government boosts up startup companies.
Okay. So these startups,
Yeah.
how early can they go to the Korean government? Can they go with just an idea, or they really need to have either gone through an incubator accelerator, raised some type of money, or already had a partnership?
Yeah. And so we already had the partnership, and so we have the very professional teams in Seoul, South Korea.
Okay.
And so we always collaborate with the team in New York, in San Francisco, and Seoul.
Interesting.
Yeah, personally, I think that may depends on case by case.
Okay.
Yeah, because as I gave as an example, her case, she didn't have developers.
Okay.
She was the only one who planning and who were looking for the chance. But once if she got a fund from here, then getting extra fund from Korea government won't be the problem.
Okay. So just the if I'm a startup here in Silicon Valley, I have no Korean members of my team right now, but I've already raised, say, $300,000, and I need another $100,000, $200,000. Can I then go to Korea, say, hey, I'm going to set up an office here, hire one employee, and then go to the Korean government or work with someone like yourselves to go to the Korean government to try to get that last 100,000? Is that possible?
I'm recommend you, if you are just a single, you are great idea, I'm gonna ask you contact right person in Korea.
Okay.
And then make the way. So there are a lot of way to make it. Yeah, right? Yeah, so, but in order to check out who is the right person,
Yeah.
so there are a lot of the solution, and so honestly, so I contact just this morning. I got the great opportunity from product school.
Okay.
As
From product school?
Product school, yeah.
Okay.
And so they are founding the community manager, community organizer in every city around the world.
Wow.
And they asked me, so we discussed about that. And so they asked me to be city director, city organizer. So it means the startup company has a great community in Seoul City.
Okay.
And so, even though they are great person, but the great person is just a single. But if great person is a CEO of the company, they will ask a lot of money.
Okay.
Means just looking for community.
Okay.
And so through the community, the check of their idea will be validated in Korea. Yeah.
So how important is it knowing the right community groups or knowing the right contacts in Korea for a startup to succeed there?
And so, in general, there are a lot of community similar to American-based community service. Because if somebody asks us, yes, we are gonna just inform how they found the community. And so indeed, but there are very considerable things. Just American-based company is searching Google, but like China, there are the
Yeah, I've heard cacao is very popular in Korea.
Yeah,
And
Kakao
other
is,
social media platforms.
yeah, right. So they have a different community, online community. If the entrepreneur was a company contact the leader of online community not in Facebook, but in Naver, also in Kakao, in Band, they may welcome to collaborate with the companies. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so to recap on what we've talked about so far, we've talked about your company helping startups or companies from around the world enter Korea, or Korean startups go outside to other parts of the world, specifically, San Francisco, New York. We've talked about how one of the first things companies should do when entering a new country is make sure their name fits.
Yeah.
We gave a couple of examples from the flower pot and the 3D printer.
Yeah.
We also talked about how the Korean government supports a lot of startups and how if you have a partnership with a team in Korea, you can get funded for your research and development. If you raised funding in the U.S. and you go to Korea, the government may match that funding. We've also talked about the Korean government might use 500 Startups, Y Combinator, other incubators and accelerator programs in Silicon Valley as a vetting process to see if they want to give you money. But you've given some great advice on how it's so important to make sure you're talking to the right people this whole time. And some of these people there are extremely busy, and there might be language barriers. So it's very important to go through a company or organization such as yourself to reach these people. And also, companies here have to know to use the right social media tools when they're in Korea, such as Kakao and the others. What other advice, would you like to give a company out there that you wish someone told you or you really think they need to know?
Yeah. You have some idea?
Yeah, I think I can go first. Maybe, well, I have been like internationalization engineer for good amount of the years in here and in Silicon Valley. So I would say like bring up well-planned internationalization strategy is the best because like just in case, I mean, let me give you an example, like holidays. Holidays, like for the social games, the holidays are big chance to get an extra revenue by selling the game items.
Okay.
But like holidays are different country by country.
Okay.
Of course, we do have the holidays that has the same date, like
Yeah.
Christmas, but like Thanksgivings.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving in America is just, it is big, but just 2 or 3 days of break, 3 days of the holidays.
Okay.
But in China, it's entire week is the holiday.
Yeah.
And they spend, I mean, Chinese spend like
Their
billions
Spring
and billions
Festival,
dollars. Yeah?
their
Yeah.
Singles Day Festival, all
Yep.
their holidays don't match up with the U.S.,
Yes.
that don't match up with Korea.
Yeah.
Junhwa, do you have any last minute things you'd like to say? And then with the last, we got about a minute, please talk about yourselves one more time and your company. So
Yeah.
real quick.
Yes. So first of all, I'm gonna ask entrepreneur to get interested in K-pop content.
Okay.
It's a K-pop, K-drama. And so why do I ask them? So about things. So actually, why the Korea industry, Korea content spread over Asian market?
Okay.
It's Korea is kind of a stepping stone.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What's the best way to reach you guys?
Yeah.
We do have LinkedIn, and we also have our website.
The website, yeah.
What's the website?
CosmicStation.space.
All right. So if you want more information, please visit them at cosmicstation.space.
Yeah.
If you want more information on Silicon Valley, please visit siliconvalleysuccesses.com. Our next guest is Whitney Hallard, who will talk about sales and startups. All right. Looking forward to seeing you in our next episode. Thank you.
Thank you from all of us at Silicon Valley Successes. We hope you found the information presented today useful in your path to success. For further information on accessing the resources in Silicon Valley, you may visit us on the web at siliconvalleysuccesses.com, on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you. And remember, we want to help you in your journey to become the next success.